For nearly 4 decades, a single fingerprint waited, silent, stubborn, and unresolved. It was tucked away in a police file, the lines and whorls holding secrets that no one could unlock. Detectives stared at it for years, turning it over in their minds. Forensic experts studied it, comparing it to every possible suspect, every name that surfaced. Each time, they came up empty. The print became a kind of legend in the department, a riddle that refused to speak. Then, in 2024, things changed. It wasn't a grand revelation or a flash of detective brilliance. Instead, it was a quiet morning, one of those days that blurs into the next, when a young detective decided to give the case one more chance. She took that fingerprint, the same one that had haunted so many before her, and fed it into a brand new computer system. This wasn't just any machine. It was powered by artificial intelligence, designed to search, compare, and match at a speed and detail no human could match. 3 hours later, the machine beeped. Just like that, the silence was broken. A secret, buried since the 1980s, finally came to light. But to truly understand the weight of that moment, you have to know Maple Creek in 1986. It was the kind of town where everyone knew each other's business, where the rhythm of daily life was slow and familiar. Sarah Jennings was the heart of Maple Creek. At 24, she worked long hours as a hospital aide, always greeting patients and neighbors with a tired but genuine smile. She lived frugally, saving every penny for nursing school, and rented a small apartment above the hardware store. Her life was simple and safe, the sort of existence people in big cities sometimes dream about. One chilly October night, Sarah finished her shift and waved to her friends as she left the hospital. She pulled her jacket tight against the wind and started her usual walk home, beneath the steady glow of the streetlights. She never made it inside. The next morning, the town's routine was shattered. Sarah hadn't shown up for work. Her boss, worried, went to check on her. The door to her apartment was unlocked. Inside, something was wrong. A chair was knocked over, a lamp broken. Sarah was gone. No note, no sign of struggle that anyone had heard, just the empty echo of her absence. The whole town seemed to stop. People searched the woods, the creek beds, the barns and alleys. Police interviewed everyone, friends, neighbors, old boyfriends, co-workers. No one had a bad word to say about Sarah. She was well-liked, trustworthy, and careful. The police, desperate for answers, combed through every possibility. Then they found it. A single, perfect fingerprint on the windowsill by her fire escape, just where someone might have forced their way in. Surely, this was the clue that would crack open the case. They printed every man in town who knew Sarah. They sent the print to the state lab, to the FBI, to anyone who might help. Each time, the result was the same. No match. The fingerprint became a ghost, haunting the investigation. Years passed. Detectives came and went, but one, Ray Miller, could never let it go. He kept Sarah's favorite scarf in his desk, a small reminder of the life that had been lost. Even after he retired, he thought about that silent fingerprint and the questions it held. Why just one print? Did the intruder wear gloves and slip up only once? Was this someone passing through, or did Sarah know her killer? The print was the answer, but it was locked away, waiting for technology and time to catch up. Then, in 2024, Maple Creek's police department received a new tool, an advanced AI fingerprint system. It could scan millions of prints in seconds, finding patterns invisible to the human eye. Detective Maya Chen, barely out of her academy days, was sorting through cold case files when she found Sarah's. She scanned the old fingerprint, not expecting much. She sighed, pressed enter, and left her desk to grab a sandwich. It was routine, a gesture of hope more than belief. 3 hours later, her computer beeped. The screen flashed. Match, 98.7% confidence. Next to Sarah's 1986 window print was a new fingerprint, clear and recent. The name attached, Frank Dobbs, arrested 3 months ago, hundreds of miles away, for nothing more than a bar fight. He was no one from Maple Creek's past, just a drifter who would have been 18 at the time Sarah disappeared. Maya's hands shook as she dialed Ray Miller, now retired in Arizona. She told him the news, the words tumbling out in disbelief. Together they watched as police brought Frank Dobbs in for questioning. He was working beneath a pickup truck in his garage when they arrived. When detectives mentioned Maple Creek, 1986, and Sarah Jennings, his face fell. The years of hiding, of thinking he'd gotten away with it, collapsed in an instant. Frank Dobbs confessed. He'd been a desperate kid, broke and alone, looking for easy money. He'd broken into Sarah's apartment, thinking it was empty. She'd walked in, surprising him. He'd panicked, fought, and killed her. Then he'd hidden her body deep in the state forest, in a place searchers had missed. He thought the single fingerprint wouldn't matter. He'd never been in trouble before. He lived 38 years, carrying the weight of that one night, certain the secret would stay buried. With his confession, police finally found Sarah's remains. Her parents, now elderly, could at last bring their daughter home. Ray Miller returned to Maple Creek, standing at Sarah's grave to lay a single white rose and whisper, "We found him, Sarah." Subscribe to Digital Verdict True Crime for more videos.